Just how the adjustment been going this spring, learning the offense and just kind of getting used to your new surroundings?
Yeah, it's been good. Of course, I'm new to the building, so just trying to get to know everybody, the workers here, of course my teammates, all the coaches, and just really everybody in the building. So transition's been really good, and yeah, definitely enjoying my time here.
How would you describe Tanner's system, and how similar is it to things that you've done in the past?
Yeah, I mean, there's some similar things that we've done in the past, but there's also a lot of different things. So, their offense in Detroit was really explosive, and of course, we're bringing some stuff from there here. So, but Tanner's been great. We've been installing a lot of stuff, but I think the guys have handled it really well, and of course, putting a lot on their plate now, just so they're used to it once training camp comes up. So, but Tanner's been great overall.
Justin, can you expand a little bit on Tanner in terms of he obviously comes from a place with Ben, in Detroit where you had a lot of success. What do you feel like he will bring to the table as an OC here?
I mean, just talking to him, you can just tell he's really smart. He knows what he's doing. So, I think he's very detailed with, installing the plays and stuff like that, especially in the limited time that we have now. So, like I said, he's putting a lot on, the guys' plate, our plate, but I think in the long run, it'll help us. So.
What are the things that you want to work on when you're not in pads and, you're going through these practices and OTAs?
I think just getting a grasp of the playbook. Like I said, we're just getting a lot thrown at us right now. So, of course, getting a grasp on that, knowing that in and out. And, of course, getting on the same page with, guys that are running certain routes, different routes that, I've never thrown before, and, just kind of doing that. So I think that's been the biggest thing. But getting a full grasp of the offense since it's new. And like I said, it's been a lot. And then, also getting on the same page as my receivers, tight ends, running backs.
Obviously, you have a rapport with Garrett Wilson. Just how has it been? How cool has it been just to kind of relive that once again, like in the college days?
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. G's been my guy for a long time now. So, I really feel like we haven't skipped a beat out on the practice field. So, yeah, I mean, it's been great so far just being here with him.
How was your relationship with him? Like, even though you're on different teams, like how often did y'all talk?
We didn't really talk too much, but when I came here, it's like we've been talking every day. Like I said, we were very close in college, but when I was in the league, he was in the league. We didn't really talk too much, every now and then maybe, but but when I came here, it's like we really didn't miss a day. So he's been great. He's been proactive and everything he does, working hard. So yeah.
We were talking to Aaron Glenn last week, and he had mentioned to us that you've been doing some stuff with the guys, bonding, taking them out, doing some stuff. Can you talk about any of those kind of things you've been doing? And
yeah. So it's been raining a lot here lately, and some O-line and tight ends they love golf. So I think there's a spot right up the street. I forgot what it's called, but we went over there, got on the golf simulator, golfed a little bit. There's a crab boil this past weekend that some guys came to, and then I want to say Alan Lazard, he's doing something next week, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, guys are just trying to spend time outside of the building, and that's not really only with the offensive guys too. I've been outside of the building with Wood, kind of just hanging out with them, and some different guys from the defensive side of the ball too. So I think that camaraderie and that that closeness that we're trying to get to as a team, I think all of that just makes us play for each other more, get to know each other better, and really just learn about each other's background. So it's really just things that you can't measure on the football field, but I think the closer our team is, the better we'll be.
What you talked about some of the things that doing different things, learning different things. What do you think you can do in this offense?
I think I can be great. That's been the goal for me my whole life, my whole career. So like I said, I think the sky's the limit, for this team, for this offense. But we do have a long way to go. Like I said, our offense and defense are new, so guys are really tuned in and locked in and trying to get everything down. But I think once we do, I think the sky's the limit. I mean, we have all the guys we need, we have all the talent, so it's really just going to come down to discipline and execution when the games come. So
there's been some pundits and experts or whatever saying that you could be the guy this year that takes that big leap, that breakout year. What gives you the confidence? Maybe it's the scheme or the coaching staff or just the player. What gives you the confidence that you could be like that guy in the league this year?
Just my confidence in myself. At the end of the day, it's really not up to the scheme. Of course, they're going to do their best to scheme it up, but coaches aren't going to call perfect plays every play. So They always say it's up to the players to make plays when we need them the most. So it's not necessarily in the scheme or anything like that, but when it's time to make those plays in the game, when it's time to make something happen, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what the guys around me are going to do as well. So, but yeah, even defense, offense, scheme really doesn't matter. It's really just that mentality that you have going into the game, going in every day in practice, and just making a deposit every day and getting better each and every day.
What did you think when the schedule came out in Week 1 against Pittsburgh?
That's what we played Week 1. It wasn't really a thought to that.
No extra emotion at all because you played there last year?
No.
You played for a couple of coaches, including Tomlin last year. When you look at AG, what do you think stands out about him as a leader and what he's bringing to this place?
Yeah. First off, I think he's one of the realest coaches I've ever played for. He's not going to beat around the bush. He's going to tell you what it is. Like yesterday, he didn't like the energy of the practice. He didn't like our practice, and after practice, he told us straight up how he felt. So I think just that clear communication, that trust between him and all the players on the team, I think that's what we need, and just his passion for the game, his energy. He comes in here each and every day with energy and passion, and I think that feeds off to the whole team. So, like you said, he's our leader. He's a great leader, and he pushes us each and every single day.
When you go on big outings with some of the guys you talked about, or even if you go to restaurants, are you approached by Jet fans a lot? Do you see the passion that we always?
For sure. I definitely, especially at the Knicks game and stuff like that. I definitely do. So it's great meeting fans around and out in public and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely feel the passion though.
How do you feel this year, coming into the season as opposed to previous years on different teams? Is there any difference in your thought process coming into this year?
Not really. I think I've always, kind of kept the same mindset and continuing to get better each and every day. That's my goal, is to get better and make the guys around me better. So it's a different team, but we have the same mentality, and that's to win and work our way towards a Super Bowl. So that's what we're going to do each and every day. Like I said, we got to just keep making those deposits, keep getting better, and keep pushing each other on the field. So yeah.
You've been asked a lot about Garrett for obvious reasons, but what about some of your other receivers that you've been getting to know? Which guys have jumped out at you, and what do you like about some of those?
Yeah, all of them. Josh, I think he's a great receiver. Of course, he's had experience in this offense before. Tyler, Xavier, Brandon's really been playing good ball. And tight ends have been playing great ball too. So you really can't name a few. I think all the guys have done great. Allen, he's done a great job too. But all the guys have done great. They've shown flashes. Arian, of course, he's bringing the top off. He's a speedster. So like I said, we got a bunch of guys in there, and they do a lot of different things, but they've been great.
Do you watch, because of the Tanner connection, do you watch some Detroit tape?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your own or with him or both?
Both, yeah. Mm-hmm.